So first, we write an equation for the fencing, which is basically the perimeter of this rectangle. So the homeowner will be fencing around this side, which has side length 2x, and around this side, which has side length 4y, and he will be fencing around this side as well as this side. So first, let's write an equation for this. Since we have twice of 2x, I'm going to write down this as 2x times of twice plus along this 4y side we have twice of this, so I write down this as 4y times of 2 plus the homeowner is to fence this side which has the side length of 2x, so let me write down this or I add this, and he will also be fencing along this side which has a side length of y, so I add y, and then finally he has to fence along this side which has a side length y, so let me put plus x, and he has a total of 126 meter of fencing, so therefore this fencing equation is equal to 126. Now let's simplify this equation. We get 2x times of 2x is this is 4x, and 4y times of 2 is 8y, plus we have 2x plus y plus x equals 126. So let's collect the like terms, that is 4x plus 2x is 6x, 6x plus x is 7x, and we collect the y terms, that is 8y plus y is 9y. So we have this equation 9y equals 126. We can solve for y from this equation. So therefore 9y equals 126 minus 7x. If you subtract 7x from both sides, we then divide both sides by y to solve for y. That is y equals 126 minus 7x over 9. We will utilize this expression for y when we use the area equation. So I'm going to write an area equation for this rectangular garden fencing. Since it is a rectangular garden, we know the area of a rectangular field is length times width. This rectangular field has length 2x and width as 4y, or we can say that it has length of 4y and width as 2x. So basically it's a multiplication of 2x times 4y. So I'm going to write down this as a equals 2x times of 4y. We'll write down this area equation, everything in terms of x, which means we have to replace the value of y. So therefore this becomes a of x, and this equals 2x times of 4 times of, we can replace the y which we found here, that is 126 minus 7x over 9. Now we will simplify this. First let's multiply the numbers. We have 2, we have 4 and 9 in the denominator, so 2 times 4 is 8, and it's divided by 9, so we can write this fraction as 8 over 9. We then have the x, and inside the brackets we have 126 minus 7x. We'll now distribute the x into these terms. So therefore we distribute like this, and when we do that we get 8 by 9, 126 x squared minus, sorry, it is 126x minus 7x squared. And once again, we'll distribute this 8 by 9 to make it a bit simpler. So we distribute this 8 by 9 into both terms inside the brackets. And when we do that, we get 8 by 9 times of 126x minus 8 times of 7 over 9 x squared. We can simplify this. 126 divided by 9 is 14. So we can cancel this, that is 126 goes with 9 as 14 times, and then we multiply 14 with 8, and this gives 112. So this the first term is basically 112x minus of, this is 8 times 7 is 56 over 9 x squared. So this is the expression that we get for the function, area function a of x. In fact, I'm going to write down this by placing the x squared term first. So I write down this as negative 56x squared by 9 plus 112x. Now we can clearly see that this is a quadratic expression. This is a quadratic expression in x, which means the maximum or the minimum value usually occurs at a negative b over 2a, where b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x squared. So let's identify the a and b. Thus a equals negative 56 by 9 and b equals 112. This is b and this is a. So we can plug in into this formula. So therefore negative b over 2a, this is equal to negative of 112 divided by 2 times of negative 56 over 9. We will simplify this. So this gives, we can see that 2 times of negative 56 is negative 112. So we have 112, negative 112 divided by negative 112 divided by 9. So which means we can cancel this negative 1 by 112, and then finally we left with positive 1 divided by 1 over 9. So this is basically the reciprocal of 1 over 9, and this equals 1 times of, we flip this, so we get 9. So we can clearly see that the maximum value of this function occurs at x equal to 9. So x equal to 9, the area is maximum. Therefore, we can determine the value of y. We take this value of x and plug it into this equation. So let me do that. Therefore, we will get y equals 126 minus 7 times of 9 over 9. And this gives 126 minus 7 times of 9 is 63 over 9. And this equals 63 over 9. Therefore, this is equal to 7. So now we have the values of both x and y. So let me write down the value of y. Y equals 7 meter, and this is x is also in meter. We can find the maximum area. So for that we will utilize the area function. So therefore area equals 112x minus 56 by 9 x squared. Let me copy that. 112x minus 56 x squared over 9. I'm now going to plug in x equal to 9 into this equation. So therefore this becomes a of 9 equals 112x. I'm sorry, I had to replace this by 9. So 112 times of 9 minus 56 times of 9 squared over 9. We can cancel this as 1 times. So it's basically 112 times of 9 minus 56 times of 9. Since we see that 9 is a common factor from both terms, in fact, we can factor it out and do this calculation as like this also. So it is 9 times of 112 minus 56, which equals 9 times of 56. And when we multiply these two numbers, we get 504. And since the area is in unit square, we put the unit as meter square. So this is the maximum area, and we can find the corresponding dimensions of the rectangular field. Let's check it out from the figure. The dimensions of the rectangular field is 2x as well as 4y. So let's write down here the dimensions are 2x comma 4y. We can replace the values of x and y. We have the x equal to 9, y equal to 7. So this becomes 2 times of 9, and this becomes 4 times of 7. So basically we get 18 meter and 28 meter. So these are the dimensions of the rectangular field, and the maximum area is equals 504 meter square. So these are the answers to this question.